Good afternoon, and welcome to Blindformers. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today we're going to be taking a look at Peacemaker here. I think it's Peacemaker. His name could be Pointblank, but Pointblank may be the gun he comes with, or is Peacemaker the gun he comes with? You know what? I'm going to call him Peacemaker because I also believe this is the John Cena of Transformers right here. Yeah, Peacemaker. I love John Cena in that role. That was a great show, and I think any of you out there, anybody who's watching this, if you know how to reach John Cena, share this video with him and get him a Peacemaker and Point Blank action figure so that he can have a Peacemaker Transformer. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't wear any helmets, but it's pretty cool. I mean, its head sculpt's kind of like a helmet. So let's get to this transformation. And if you're wondering what in the world Blindformers is, hi, my name is Blind Prime, and I raise awareness for the blind and the visually impaired through alternative means and methods. And this is including, but not limited to, teaching you how to transform Transformers. I do a lot of other things on my channel, so if this is your first time seeing me, or hearing me, depending on your visual acuity, then please share and subscribe and comment below and talk to me a bit. I love to hear from new subscribers. And, well, Blindformers is about the verbal instructions on how to transform a transformer, so that if you are a visually impaired person who cannot see the instruction sheet, then I'm here for you. And that's what I'm doing. And if you're a visually acute person, then you can watch my videos to see how a blind person figures this out, because I don't look at no instruction manuals. So if you see I do something wrong, please tell me so I can fix it and I'll make a correction video. I still got to make a correction video about Armada Optimus Prime. I just remembered. I'm going to have to do that next because Perspective End showed me that I had screwed up his shoulders. And that was one of the reasons I didn't like him, because I didn't like his M shoulders. And he's like, you're supposed to push them down. And then he told me how. And I appreciate Perspective End for doing that. I love it whenever I have viewers and listeners who come onto my channel and leave comments telling me I did something wrong. Because I will never know unless somebody tells me. I can't see that I did something wrong. So if I've done something wrong, inform me. And then I can learn and improve. And that's the good thing about constructive criticism right there, is the prospect for improvement. After all, that's what life is. Life is just about improving yourself a little bit over time, every day and every way. So let's get started on this, and go below and hit the like, share, and subscribe button, and leave me a comment below telling me, is his name Peacemaker or is it Point Blank? So let's get started. This is a fun transformation, and I am so upset with myself that I slept on this guy, okay? This guy is fun. He's also a little tough because these joints are stiff. So what you want to do is like this, you want to push his head forwards, okay? Then you want to put your finger in that hole underneath his head, and then you're going to pull that piece back. Oh, that is a stiff joint. So, add some pressure to it. It's okay. This is, of course, being the exact underside of the car. Okay? No, his backpack. Right. I don't have him in car mode yet. So you're going to fold the head down into that little area there, and then you're going to push that back up. Okay? Now, this is important. Don't forget this step. This little waggly bit on the back that feels like it's a spoiler for a car, it's not a spoiler. It's actually part of the middle of the car. So you want to push that piece up and align it with that window piece on the front. And by the way, this window piece does open, but there's no, and this is kind of one of those like missed opportunities, I believe, where I think that they could have actually just given you a little seat in there for a for a headmaster or something like that. But they did not. That is just some cool engine textures in there underneath that windshield, which is it's kind of neat, but also kind of a shame. So let's come over here, and now we're going to rotate the arms so that because his pauldrons on his shoulders have the wheels facing forwards, and we're going to rotate it so that we can push it back and the wheels will face in the right directions. So you want to rotate this one in that way too. Now this part of the transformation here, when we're talking about the arms, is a toughie because it requires a few separate movements. So first off, you want to push the arm up into the shoulder. The upper arm is going to fold into the shoulder, but you can't allow it to do it too quickly, because right here, so you push the arm in, you have the arm at a 90-degree angle as it's going up into the shoulder, so that the hand on your transformer is in the kind of the same plane as the wheel on the shoulder, but it's like a, you know, you can almost draw a straight line from the wheel to the hand going all the way across. And now what we're going to do is we got to fold this hand up so that it folds up and goes right next to this his pauldron. And there's this little textured piece right here, right next to the the car part. And it goes down a bit, and it's got some robot textures. That's actually going to get covered by this shield on his forearm, and this is the tricky part. So whenever you're folding this arm up, and it's easy to screw this up, I will be straight and honest with you. When you're folding this arm up, you're gonna have to give it a little tension, and it's going to collapse in on itself, and it will fold in properly. But it is difficult to get it to do that because there's just barely any space between those. It's actually got to rub a little bit, and I don't like the fact that it rubs a little bit. I do wish it didn't rub, because after so many times of transforming this guy, that is going to become worn away. So let's do the other arm. Bring it up. Make sure that the fist is facing away, and then we're gonna collapse the arm on itself and rotate it forwards at the same time. If it will work. What's going on with you? Right, there it goes. Okay, so an important thing to remember is you can't collapse the arm entirely into that shoulder area, the upper arm, because once you do that, you can't actually fold this forearm over to to close up the back of this vehicle. So actually, I think this is the front. So you got to then fold the forearm or the upper arm up into the wheel well, while folding the elbows backwards so that this piece will end up on top. And it is difficult, and every time you stop, like I was talking, I stopped to explain it to you, it stiffens up. So you kind of got to do this in one motion, and if you do it wrong, you did it wrong. If you do it right, it pops into place and looks all right. All right, there we go. We did it right this time, I think. I think. Yep, there it goes. Finally, that little extra clip got it, so that now we have his arms folded behind his shoulders. Oh, and if you rotate that shoulder, you're going to untransform the hands. That is a good way to untransform the hands, if you can fold these shoulders out and then rotate them so that the wheel is facing forwards, like in the transformation. This thing that you just had difficulty transforming will untransform itself without you having to use too much effort. I really appreciate that part of this transformation. Okay, so let's go ahead and fold these guys in. Make sure that little piece that we folded up over his head, that was on his back, the spoiler that isn't a spoiler, is in the right spot. And then we're going to fold this, and then we're going to fold this one over here. Come on, don't you pop out of your sockets now. Okay, now we gotta pop these guys together because this guy fell out of a socket. There it goes. It's back in. Okay, now we're just going to rotate these around, and hey now. There it goes. Okay. It's a little sticky. Like I said, there's not much clearance going on there, but that's the front of the vehicle mode complete. Now we got to work on this back area. Now this is a tricky one. Okay, so first off, you want to come down here to where his midsection is, and these two little panels. You're going to rotate them so that they're shaped in an L. Let me take this one off so you can get a better look. If you can see, it's in the shape of an L with a ball socket. The little ball socket's the little edge of the L, and then it's got a big fat upper L part. And what you're going to do with that is, it was folded up flush with the chest. Now we're going to fold it down, and it's going to slightly snap into place. It's not a very hard connection point there, but it's a slight connection point, which I appreciate. Any little bit helps during a transformation to hold things together temporarily while you're doing that. And what you do with these pieces when you fold them down is you turn them into little spoilers on the sides of it. Not spoilers, whatever those things are called that are around, between the wheels and close to the ground. I'm not big on cars, so excuse me for not knowing that term. Now rotate the legs 180 degrees so that this cool engine piece is actually facing up, and his butt area, his butt panel, is actually part of the engine. That's really cool. Now go ahead and fold both of the toes down on the legs, and this is the part that is a little awkward. Because when these things snap into place, they snap into place. So you're going to fold the legs down at an angle, and then you're going This is weird, but you're going to have to slide it under the windshield and into place, and it will just stay in there. Oh, it's such a good connection point, but getting that spot is hard, and sometimes these little L-shaped things fall off, and you got to get in there, snap it back into place. Okay. So over here on this side, let's go ahead and fold that bit down, and then we're going to fold it around and in and out. Let's do this. Nuts. That piece fell off again. They fall off sometimes. Okay, so you just put that piece back in there. There we go. And now let's make sure we've got everything leveled out. That windshield is in the right spot, correct? That didn't fall, did it, while I was transforming it? Ooh, I hope it didn't fall. No, it's good. It's good. We got it. We've got it all. We just need to connect these two guys together so that they're not as wobbly. And make sure it's all flat on the table. And that is how you transform Peacemaker here. Or Pointblank, however you want to call him. He's a cool robot. This is a cool vehicle. I like this vehicle mode. This is a vehicle mode I'm definitely going to talk about tomorrow on my vehicle review. But that is enough for today. I hope you've enjoyed today's transformation, and I hope this has helped you out. This is a tough transformer, but it's not tough because of complications. It's tough because of the clearance issues, and that you got to use a little strength, and you got to know when and when not to use strength. And I hope that this video has helped you understand when to use more strength and when not to use more strength on this transformer, because there's some times where you shouldn't use a lot of strength at all, and there's other times where you've got to really work at it. Like with this panel that the head folded into, you've got to work at that panel. And folding these arms in, you got to work at that. It's not going to be too easy. So that is today's video, and I hope all of you out there are having a wonderful time, and happy January 31st to you. And here's to February, and let me know in the comments, so what do you think about this guy's transformation? And also, will you be backing this HasLab? Thanks for watching, and until next Pride, bye-bye for now.